just thought we were very gritty from start to finish. I mean, the first quarter, we held them under 30 each quarter, which is really saying something with their shooting and their playmaking and all that stuff. Just a pretty determined group tonight, and the crowd was great. And I think the other thing that is really an important thing to talk about is McConnell's contribution in this game. I want to make sure to get him in sooner, get him more involved, and he was defiant out there defensively. And our second unit guys, they answered the bell. I mean, every one of them was a significant plus in the game, and but he was the leader of the charge.
Yeah, you talk about guys being plus. I think Andrew was plus 13. What was he doing to be successful?
He just plays a very sensible, old school, all-around game. He's tough. I mean, when you put a rookie on Tyler Hero on the last play of the game with a pretty good idea the ball's going to go to him, and he makes that kind of a defensive stand and makes him shoot a falling away, contested, difficult three-point shot. I mean, and he does it without fouling. I mean, that's strong. That's strong for a guy who's, picked in the second round, although we view him as a first-round pick.
You guys only gave up 5 points in the final 6 or so minutes of this game. Did you change something, or what did you see that went so well down the stretch to close this one out?
There were some slight adjustments, but really it was all about chasing their shooters around, and we knew Adebayo was going to have the ball. They just, Eric just kept, opening up the floor and pointing to him, so we knew he was taking it and just going to try to drive it through us. And Miles made a couple of really good defensive stands, and then, the goaltending call that was reversed was, one of the great plays of the game. That block, and Nembhard stop, and then we just had a lot of guys do a lot of good things, and a game like this is never going to be easy, just never. And the thing that I loved about tonight was along the way there were difficult things that were happening, things that were going wrong, but guys kept lifting each other up through the whole thing. There was one play where where Mathurin had the block in the second half. I mean, Tyrese sprinted full speed to slow that guy down to allow Mathurin to get back in the play and make the block, and that was a big momentum play and got the crowd into it. And there were several plays like that. O'Shea had one rough possession at one end, at the other end he takes a charge. It's just there were plays like that. And examples of that kind of resiliency all night.
He changed their defense, tried to shrink the floor, it looked like, in the second half. What did you guys have to change to respond to that, and how do you feel like you guys did, especially down the stretch?
Well, we won the game, so that's good. But, look, we need work on it. And they're one of the few teams that really plays a lot of zone and gives a lot of multiple looks, both full court and half court. And so, we were making slight adjustments throughout. Nembhard really did a good job with a couple of attacks in the middle of the zone. But they're going to test you. They're going to test you. They're going to test you with their skill, their three-point shooting, their toughness, their wherewithal, and they're going to test you with a bunch of different looks defensively.
Do you have any update on Chris and his ankle at this time?
No. We'll know more in the next day or two. He'll get some more tests done in the next day or two, and he won't play Monday. I can promise you that. Based on what I'm hearing initially, he's got some swelling and stuff. But it's going to be next man up, and if we're lucky, maybe Neesmith will be ready to play soon. That would certainly help.
Rick, finishing with 2 rookies, especially Nembhard, though. In what ways will this benefit him getting that so early into his career?
I don't think he's phased at all. I don't think he's phased one bit by any big moment, any big matchup. I mean, this guy just goes out there and plays the game. And you know, his poise is one of his really impressive attributes. But I mean, I really love him as a player. And look, Mathurin's unafraid. You know, you talk about two guys that couldn't give a shit what everybody else thinks. I mean, these guys believe they belong out there, and they're doing some good things so far.
Was that for the end of the game when you fouled up 3? Was that by design, or did it just kind of work out that way?
It's by design, and it's a split-second play. I mean, if it's a fraction later, it's in the act of shooting. You know, so we did a good job with execution there. But look, these games are all tough. They're all tough, and you know, going through the hard things is how a young team grows.
My teammates find me in the ball. Just being active, running, blurring, just finding open lanes. Drew making great screens. TJ, Tyrese, everybody, Ben just find me. Everybody just find me good spots, and ball was moving, ball was popping, and it was great to see us get a win tonight.
Second half, they were really tightened up on defense. How did that change the way you guys had to play, and how do you feel like you guys responded to that down the stretch?
I just feel like we get caught up in the antics of the game. Just like, you know, Mason, offensive rebounds, not finishing possessions, and fouling three-point shooters, and we let them to set the defense. I feel like we got shots to be wanted, and I just feel like we just get caught up in the antics of the game. We just stay locked in earlier and do what we had to do early, and just make winning plays. It'll be fine. But you know, Miami's a great team. You know, they've been a championship team for the past 15 seasons, 12 seasons. So they coach really well, and they get great plays on their side.
Bennedict, you were on the floor for the entire last 5.5 minutes. They only scored 5 points in that stretch. What do you feel like you guys did so well on defense to close this game?
I feel like we were more active, you know. We were more effective on defense and more locked in. And I feel like, you know, if someone was late on a closeout, someone was covering for each other. So that's pretty much it.
Hey, guys, I was actually going to ask this to Buddy, but it's cool that you're both here, and it applies to both of you. What do you enjoy the most about playing with Tyrese Haliburton?
He's great, man. You know, he's a great point guard. He likes to pass the ball. He's really unselfish, and he has great IQ. So I mean, it's really great to play with him.
You know, Tyrese is I've been him from since he was a rookie in the league. He has a great feel for the game. You know, like Ben said, he's very unselfish, and he's a joy to be around. He's charismatic. You know, he's a team guy, team first guy, and having a point guard like him around us each and every day, just putting team first, and making his way in that leadership role. You know, he's been good for the whole team, so we love having him as our point guard.
Buddy, defensively, what stood out to you? Because that's kind of been a problem for the first part of the season at some extent, but really impressive tonight.
You know, just guarding our yard, you know, and of course, this is the NBA. We're not going to be perfect, you know, and it's good players. We can mess up coverages, but when the ball's in front of you and you're one-on-one dribble, one-on-one, going one against your man, just keeping the ball in the front. And the coach is always keeping the ball, saying keep the ball in the paint, keep the ball in front of you, and not trying to help your team to overhelp and cause some guys to get open shots. So, but, you know, hats off to Drew. He had Tyler Hield. You know, Tyler Hield made a tough shot last game against Sacramento, and Drew, rookie, you know, put in that position. You know, the coaches trust him. He's able to keep Tyler in front of him, and great offensive player in this league. You know, it was pretty special to see him get that stop for his team. So everybody's taking that challenge on and keeping everybody in front of them.
Andrew, was the next point. Like, how valuable can this be for a guy like him who hadn't been put in that spot to this point? What is that like for a guy like him?
I mean, he's just like Ben. I mean, he's being thrown in the fire. You know, Ben, even though Andrew's the 31st pick, Ben is the 6th pick, you know, them two come in each and every day and extremely work. Every time I come to the gym at nighttime, Ben, Andrew's always there working hard. So those guys who wants to get better each and every day. So coaching staff see that, and they're putting it in the fire, and they're learning each and every day. So, and you know, Ben himself, he shows the stats shows himself. He's always hungry. He's always being aggressive, and he's willing to learn and get better each and every day. So great rookie class.
Yeah, buddy, in the second half, when the shots aren't falling from the outside as much as they were in the first, does anything change there? What you try to do, getting to the basket, looking for a shot, anything like that?
No, we just stay aggressive, man. You gotta stay aggressive. Next shot is the best shot, and we just gotta keep moving, trying to get good ones. And yeah, the ball get a little stagnant a little bit, but Drew was able to figure something out. I think we flashed in the middle. Ben got us going in the third quarter. He made a couple of threes and got to the basket. Just finishing plays and finishing winning plays. Y'all gonna ask Ben questions? I'm asking all the questions.
You had those 2 free throws with 7 seconds left in this game. You guys up by 1. I think those were your most, clutch free throws of the season to take. What was kind of going through your head at the line at that time?
Pretty much, just going to the line, like I did, in the game. I missed the free throw, and that's really what happened. I just, stepped to take my free throws like it was any other free throws.
We're working on a little zone stuff coming up to this game. Maybe they're gonna play some zone, but coach was just trying to tell us like who we can plan to just play, and that's like the best way to kind of go against the zone. That's what we were trying to do.
You got the call to defend Hero on the last shot. What did that mean to you? What were you thinking during the play? Take me through that last 7.5 seconds.
It's just exciting to be on the floor, end of the game. First of all, and then I just wanted to make a stop for my team. I just tried to make a tough shot. Yeah, it went our way.
He hit a buzzer 3 like 2 nights ago. Did that even flash through your head at the moment? Did you even know that going into that play?
Didn't know that.
Rick said he doesn't think you're phased by much. I know we've talked about how, these pressure situations don't get to you. Are you feeling anything in those last seconds? Do you feel any pressure?
No pressure at all, honestly. It's just hoops at the end of the day. Like, I feel super comfortable out there lately, and I think the coaching staff and the players have confidence in me, so all I can do is just bring my own confidence,
Have you always been like that, or where does that come from, that calmness?
Yeah, I think I've always had that calm, cool, collected demeanor about myself on the court. I think it's good as a PG just to kind of try to let that go through the team, kind of feed off of that a little bit in those tough pressure moments, whatever you want to call them. So yeah.
You had, I think this was the first time this year, it's been you, TJ, and Tyrese on the floor at the same time. You had 3 point guards. How do you think that lineup went? What were the advantages, disadvantages there?
Yeah, I think the advantage is you got 3 playmakers, ball handlers that can make plays as well as make plays for others as well as score for themselves. And then I think defensively, we can really guard with that group too. I think I can guard almost 1 through 4, especially on like a team like the way they're playing. So yeah, just the way the game is going. A lot of PGs are playing together, whatever you want to call it, playmakers.
Vincent hit a 3 to tie the game with 5:35 left, and you guys didn't allow a field goal the rest of the way. What was the key to the defense down the stretch?
Key to the defense down the stretch when we were getting that, we got a little lead, and we were just trying to kind of limit threes at that point and try to make guys play one-on-one at the rim with Miles or Zay, whoever we do.
Probably the most minutes you've played with Miles. How does that help you defensively, knowing you have that anchor back there?
I mean, Miles and Zay both big-time shot blockers. I think when both of them are in there, I feel comfortable getting aggressive on the ball, knowing that if I make a mistake or I get beat, they're going to clean it up on the backside.
Just my energy. I got a great group behind me when I pick up full court, and that gives me confidence to do that stuff. I appreciate Coach saying that, but it was definitely a team effort tonight. I just tried to do what I always do and bring energy and make the guys in the garden miserable. They got great guards over there. Just tried to play as hard as I could and just run the team.
That early fourth quarter stretch was really pivotal in this one. Carlisle stood with the 5 bench unit guys against a lot of Miami starters. You guys not only held serve, but were able to extend the lead. What was the key in those early fourth quarter moments?
I think it was just unselfishness on both ends. We were playing for each other on both ends. Someone went down, we were rotating, and we were getting stops. We were getting out, running, and getting each other the ball and moving it. That unselfishness on both ends is very contagious, and I loved what I saw from us tonight on defense and offense.
When you watch Ben Mathurin play, what stands out to you?
I've said this a couple of times this year. He's just special on both ends of the floor too. He can really get it going offensively, but the one thing that stood out to me is that block he had on Kyle Lowry. He chased it down and made a special play. He's going to be playing at a special level in this league for a long time.
As a team, what was it about tonight's defensive effort that allowed you guys to excel so much, and how can that carry over here as you have a nice stretch of home games coming up?
We talk about it all the time, just having a presence on the defensive end. They have to feel us. They can't get comfortable, and I thought we did a really good job of that. And, when we're up and, not letting them be comfortable, we can be a pretty dangerous team.
Yeah, we just dug in and got stops. Our defensive principles were very, they were seen easily. Guys were in the gaps, guys were pulled over. It's not easy when they got the shooters that they do on the floor, having to run those guys off the line and also be in your gaps and things like that. But I thought he did a really good job.
On the flip side, Miami loves that, be in the gaps, shrink the court as much as they can. It really was bothering you guys in the second half, it looked like. What did you guys kind of do to get over that hump and get enough points to win?
Yeah, the way they guard, like you said, they're in the gaps. They kind of force you to have to make jump shots to beat them, and we just made enough down the stretch. Got to the free throw line. They run, obviously, a lot of different defenses, zone, press. They do a lot of different things to mix things up, and it trumped. It's a little different than other teams run. Their zone is not to steal the ball or give you pressure. It's more so just to make you think a little bit. And now, by the time that you're in your action and you feel like you're ready to go, there's only 7 seconds on shot clock. So it stopped us a little bit, but we figured it out.
Andrew's in the middle of the zone a bunch in the second half, guarding Tyler on the last defensive possession. What did you think of what he was able to do in the final 24 minutes of this game?
Yeah, like I've said since Summer League, man, Andrew's special. He's really good. He does a lot of different things really well. He can defend multiple positions, and he's actually one of our best on-ball defenders. And obviously has a high basketball IQ, knows how to play the game. So he made some really big decisions for us down the stretch, and obviously had a big stop for us.
This was the first time we've seen a lineup of you, TJ, and Andrew on the floor at the same time. What are the benefits of having 3 point guards out there?
I think more than anything, I think it's just like 3 high-level IQ guys that know how to make the right play. Those 2 understand when I'm on the floor, that I want to bring it up, and that's what they're accustomed to doing, and they're figuring out how to do it, and how to play off the ball, and I'm understanding that they know how to bring up the ball, so I'm more comfortable coming off of it and understanding. Usually TJ is hunting for me, if he has the ball, so it works really well.
Talked a lot about this team being young and learning how to start games better. Learning how to close games, is that something you guys are taking away from games like tonight?
Yeah, I think you got to take that, kind of take that away from every game, right? Because win-loss, you just want to learn from it, right? It's a lesson, and just figure out how to go about things the right way. Starting games, finishing games, managing runs, all those things are a part of youth and a part of growth.